Hello and welcome to the channel. This is Steel City Knives. Right, we're doing an open tag today. This was started by my mate Gadget Gus over on his channel, and it's called SAKaday. Brilliant name for an open tag. And basically, it's show your Victorinox on a Saturday. So, on my channel, I'm now selecting my sort of EDC for a month. I've been doing it for a while, but I'm going to be showing it on my channel, my selection and what I've been picking. And this was my Victorinox carry for January. I chose the Huntsman, so a bit different for me because I don't tend to carry sort of EDC, these 4-layered Victorinox. These are more if I'm going for a trek, I'm going camping, any sort of outdoor activities sort of like that, I'll chuck maybe the larger scaled sacks in the pocket or in the rucksack. But I wouldn't EDC, I wouldn't carry it day to day because it's a bit overkill, they're a bit bulky and not, don't get me wrong, Victorinox, due to the design, are very streamlined. So there's nothing that snags in your pocket, it's just the weight and the sheer chunkiness of it. Why I don't EDC stuff like this. But I had these aftermarket scales and I really wanted to try them out. So these are, I've got no affiliation with this seller on Etsy, but they're called Vic Clips. But because I was that impressed with them, I'll show the page here. So they're really affordable. I think I got them in the sale for about £12. What you essentially get is just the scales, but they do a brilliant job of like designing them. Just little tweaks like this. See this textured, and it really is nice and textured, so it makes it a lot more grippier in hands if you've got wet hands or you're using them with gloves or anything like that. It just really does, give it a bit more, you feel it a bit more in hand. And then what they do, they fit these clips on it. They have a lot of different types of clips that you can pick from. And then they make them in the plus scales. So you've got a slot for a pen. Now you get none of the accessories, you just get the scales. They were a bit more difficult to fit because there's a retaining part here that you have to clamp it onto, and that's where they put the nuts for the for the screws here. So you have to sort of work around the clip, but they eventually do go on. I've got it nice and butted up now, but just a bit more awkward. Not impossible, not hard, just a bit more awkward to do. But yeah, really impressed with these. I want to tell them to do. I want these scales but without the clip, so I can put them on a few of my smaller ones because I just really like the look of them. They've got like brushed ones and all sorts of things on their page. But yeah, try and do them without the clips. Then I'll buy them as well, I think. But yeah, because what I tend to do, being in the UK, we can pick up Swiss Army knives for like £10 or less, the really battered Celador ones, and all I do, I just get rid of the battered scales and I just put my sort of like an aftermarket scale on there because there's so many to pick from. Right, so the Huntsman, I was a bit unsure about picking it for sort of a January carry because of that weight, but the clip really did work well. Just keeps it tucked away. Something that's becomes big and chunky all of a sudden fits a lot better in the pocket because of that clip. So, should we have a look at what you get on the Huntsman for the tools? I've taken a picture so we can just quickly reel through it, but you've got two knives, one large, one small. You've got the absolutely brilliant Victorinox saw. I love that thing. You know, the fact that it's tapered and it cuts in both sort of push and pull. It really does work well. It's really, I really rate that saw. Then you've got the scissors. You've got a can opener with the small flat. You've got the large flat with the bottle opener and the wire strippers. And then on the reverse side, you've got the corkscrew. Personally, I like the corkscrew because it can hold numerous tools in there that Victorinox do. Then you've got the reamer/awl with the sewing eye, and then the parcel hook. And I think I showed you this one earlier. So if you don't like the corkscrew, there's another model, exactly the same tool set, but you get the Phillips, and that's the Field Master. So you've got that option there as well. They used to do, so this is in the 91mm version. They used to do the Huntsman in the 84mm. I think they've discontinued that. But a lot of Victorinox models that they've discontinued, you can quite easily find them on the second-hand market. And not for a massive inflated price like a lot of other sort of. So what sort of they do it? They do the Huntsman in the walnut scale versions that they do. So this is the Spartan, but they do the Huntsman in the walnut scale version. And what I like doing when I've found a sort of a model that I like looking at more the limited edition. Being a knife collector, I like just having a bit of a look at the limited edition versions or the more premium versions they do. So Victorinox do the Zodiac year, the Chinese Zodiac year. I think they started off with the Climber, but then they changed it over to the Huntsman. So the Huntsman has been doing that yearly for quite a while now, I think, to be fair. And it's the year of the Dragon this year, and they've done that in the Huntsman. Like I say, the Huntsman been the Zodiac year, I think, for quite a long time now. But yeah, it was the Climber before that. So, some other models that they did this brilliant thing in 2011. They worked with an English designer called Christopher Rayburn, and he designed one, very limited edition. They only made 100 pieces of that, and he used all recycled stuff for the scales and for the actual box itself. But yeah, just a nice piece to have a look at. And then they've done a lot of wood covers in the Huntsman. So this is probably before they brought out their walnut sort of line themselves. But yeah, for the French market, they used Babinga wood. That was back in 2011. There's 1,000 they made of that. So they're probably quite available if you see them. And then when in 2012 for the Italian market, they brought out walnut and the belly wood as well. One that I liked and I've seen recently on the second-hand market is this Carl Lesnar. It's a white one, so it's got his picture and a signature, and they did that in the Huntsman model as well. But yeah, really impressed with this model. Really do enjoy it. I had the Fieldmaster. This is a newish one, but I had this many years ago and really got on with the Fieldmaster. And the Huntsman has been going around for quite a long while now. It used to be called the Woodsman before it was the Huntsman. Victorinox has used that Woodsman for a couple of models, I believe. But yeah, and then they've changed it over to the Huntsman. So, and then it's not always had the hook, so that's a good way of probably aging it as well. So I think the hook, when did the hook come out? The hook was 1991 and onwards. So if you've got one without a hook, it's probably pre-1991. But yeah, I've really enjoyed it. So brilliant open tag, Gus. I'll be getting involved in it. We've got two sort of Swiss Army knife SAKaday open tags. So I never know who to, but I've not done one with Gadget Gus yet. Gadget Gus is a friend of the channel also. We like Gadget Gus. Brilliant channel over there, mate. So right, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.